Hey guys, what's going on? It's MegamanCraft here, and welcome to a very quick episode for just anybody that's generally new at the game. Just joined the server, don't really know how you're going to make a base, go places, do things before you get raided, killed, lose all your stuff, get TP trapped. Well, I'm here to technically guide you out for that one. If you guys haven't noticed already, I got a brand new PC, records in really nice quality, and actually has smooth transitions now, so I can finally do this and it doesn't actually lag. So because of all that, uh, a lot of new potential was opened up, and I finally got OBS working to the point where it doesn't crash my computer, so that's amazing. Uh, that being said, there will be potentially more footage in the future, just depends on uh, what I end up doing with my friends on that said day and time. Now, let's say that you're getting started on FTAM, you all know that at spawn they have an RTP sign, and you go out and some people might think, oh, well, let's just dig down, make a base underground. That might not be the smartest idea considering that when you do cover it up with dirt, while it could grow back into grass, you're never known for sure. If you warp out before that happens, it might be unseen. So there's always a couple options that you can do. Okay, one of them is to go over to these dirt patches and inside the water, and you can always just kind of dig down through here, and then what you can do is you can just cover yourself up and then start mining down all the way down to bedrock and then replacing the stone as you go down. That's one way to do it. Okay, another way that you can make a base is to go over and basically take a tree, do this, break the dirt, put back the log, and then start going down, just like this. And those are two really good methods for hiding a base really well. You can always pick your own method, but I'm strictly just giving you a base to be, I don't really know, like, not rated right away. Uh, if you don't know somebody in, like, really close to you, just don't trust TPing them over to your base, though. It probably says that in the hardcore questing book, but I figured this might just be a really quick tutorial for you guys. So, going over to that, if we go down to the base, I can quickly show you what you need to do to set up a good base, fast and decent. Okay, so step one is you're going to want to hit F9 twice. That actually displays a chunk boundary. What you can do with this chunk boundary here is you can mine out all one chunk. And what that will do is the people that try to exploit Optifine to unrender chunks and see stuff underground, they're going to have a harder time finding you, and your whole base is in one chunk, and it's like not split up across multiple chunks. Just trust me when I say this is a good method. It's also not a good idea to put a whole lot of light in here. I just have a lot of light in here right now because of the video, and I want to make sure that for you guys that do have a tough time seeing light can actually see light. So with that being said, what are the first steps that you want to do? Well, at this point, you're probably going to have this setup. You're going to have a crafting bench that you most likely will take and turn it into a crafting station. There will be two chests and some furnaces, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to take out your pickaxe, and you're going to go through the whole process of upgrading it, iron, diamond, whatever it is that the process is to get up to. You're going to get up to that level, and you're just going to mine up a whole bunch of ores, okay? You're going to go on like loads of mining trips, and then when you come back, you're going to start, and make sure you get a lot of coal, by the way, and iron. So make sure you smelt all that stuff. Once you smelt down the yellorium, coal and iron, you should be left with materials yeah, to make a reactor. But just so you guys know, for right now, another thing you can do is you can grab a shovel, go up above, grab some gravel, grout, and sand, and you can make yourself a tinker's table. Okay, and tinker's tables will be nice because you can make stuff like pickaxes that have like looting 3, and other cool traits like that. Now to make a smeltery, I'm just making you guys a very basic design. You just put 2 smeltery drains right there. Plop down your controller right here. Plop down your seared tank right here. You're going to need to fill that seared tank with some lava. This takes 4 buckets of lava. Okay, and on the bottom of these, you can put a casting table or a casting basin. You need to put seared faucets over here, and seared bricks like so. So now you guys can see you can store 18 items in here because 18 blocks can fit in that thing. And once stuff is poured into here, you can make casts and all the other stuff for tinkers. You guys can explore that mod on your own. I don't really need to explain it that much. But with the reactor, you're going to want to make reactor casing, which is made using these resources. Graphite, iron, and yellorium. I keep on confusing the two. A reactor access port, which is literally just 4 reactor casings, a chest, and a piston. Not that difficult. Power tap, not that difficult. Control rod, not that difficult. Fuel rod, once again, not difficult. Controller, you need 1 diamond, so keep that in mind. Putting all the stuff together for a basic reactor that I suggest that new players build is a 4x3. 4x3s will be pretty nice to have. Actually, yeah, 4x3x4. Or, sorry guys, I meant to say the interior will be 4x2. So when I set this up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so look at that. Okay, so now that you have this, you're gonna put your control rods right there. Your fuel rods right here. You're gonna put your power tap right here. You're gonna put your access port there, controller here, or you could do it the inverse. It really doesn't matter where you put this stuff, by the way. Just saying. Cover up the rest of the casing shell because it just needs to be a giant fat rectangle. And now you got a reactor. So you can hit turn online, you can dump in your fuel, and boom, this thing uses up this many mill buckets and it generates 2000 RF. I think that's a pretty decent starting reactor. So yeah, putting all this stuff away. Well, what's the next step that you're going to want to make? Well, you're going to want to make these 4 machines. Okay, so the redstone furnace. You'll need reception coil, which is just gold and redstone. You'll need copper gears, which is just copper and iron. Mine the mobs. Oh my gosh. You'll just need some bricks that you can of course get from the surface, and then you will need a tin gear, 4 iron, and 4 glass. With that, you can make the furnace. The furnace will be just like this furnace, except it's powered by the RF, and it's not powered by coal. So that makes it a huge benefit to you. The pulverizer is where we'll basically meet a whole lot of really nice materials. Once again, same recipe except 2 flint and piston. So we can grab that. Now, in order to make an induction smelter, you need Invar, and then there comes the question: how the heck do you get Invar? And that's a good dang question. I can pretty much show you how. So once you smelted all your ingots, you should have some iron and ferrous with you. Oh, also, I forgot to say, the recipe for hardened flux ducts is just Invar with leadstone, and you can make leadstone like this. Pretty dang simple to make. So we're going to just go out here, do this, and we're just going to place... actually, you know what? For the sake of this video being more simplified and me not having to expand out the base, I'm going to go like this. There we go. Okay, so now putting out the redstone furnace. You can see that thing's now starting to get powered up pretty dang fast. Pretty nice. We can always set our output for above and our input forward to the side. We can then always put our furnace over here and set it to output to the red over there. Output the yellow access over here onto another chest. And then of course we can make the input up here. And what you're going to do with that is you're going to make an item duct, which is tin and lead. You're going to make a servo, which is iron nuggets, iron, redstone, and glass. Pretty simple to make. And you're going to put one right there. And you're going to put a servo right there, access it, and turn off redstone. What this will do is if you put in an ore in here, let me show you guys for example, it will plug it into the pulverizer. The pulverizer will pulverize it, output it over into here, and then it will dispose out onto a labeled chest. Now, if this always does get in your way, if this is bothering you too much, what you could always do is you could either crescent wrench it, or you could just simply put it on high. And you can say whitelist for servos, because you're never going to put a servo in there, ever. So basically, if I plug in the gold ore here, it should move straight into where it should. Yep, there we go. And now it's going to take the pulverized gold, and it is going to smelt that down, and there is your gold. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn off, you're going to want to take out, you're going to want to take off this red real quick, and you're just going to want to pulverize some iron, and you're going to want to pulverize some ferrous. And what you do when you have the two is you can simply go into your crafting station. So let me just reapply this real quick. And let's go over to our crafting station. Let's put in 2 iron, 1 ferrous, and you get 3 Invar blend. So after smelting this stuff down, you can make an induction smelter. And the really cool thing about this guy is basically it's exactly like what we just did, except it's doing it for you in the form of ingots. You put your 2 iron right there, you put your 1 ferrous there, and it makes the compound for you. This will be your savior for electrum, signalum, andirium. If you guys don't know, the way to upgrade your machines is to basically give them a better tier. So like this is how you would upgrade to the 2nd tier, this is how you would upgrade to the 3rd, and this is the 4th. Nope, that's not the 4th. That's the 4th. As you get upgrades, you can actually apply augmentations to them. So if we do this, and we do this, you will now notice that the speed of the machines is a lot faster than you would think, and now you might start to reconsider what you said about why the heck would maybe why might I want to change over to power for a furnace. Well, this is why. Look how fast it goes. This is generally insanely fast. You can see this is obviously smelting just at ridiculous amounts of speed. So all the while your reactor is staying fully well and healthy. And just realize these are like actually fully upgraded machines, and they're taking it from a hardened flux duct. So it's pretty dang cheap. I would have to admit that much. Yeah. So as for iron chest, you just put iron around it, and it basically will make your chest bigger. So as you can see, boom. And then you can get all your smeltery. You got power now. One thing that I recommend that you do now that you have all this, by the way, make yourself a satchel. It has this recipe. You can also upgrade it by adding all the other tiers. And as you can see with the resonant one, you get four hot bars worth. So once you have all these machines made, use the machines to make duplicates of your machines. Put them in a satchel, go to spawn, and store it in the ender chest. So if you ever do get raided, you at least have a reactor and machines to start off with again. This will help prevent you from rage quitting whenever you get raided because you don't think you can ever recover. Already having all the machines and necessaries to start up is really good. Goals to aim for, as of course, once you have a base like this, try to increase your reactor size to generate more power. Try to automate more machinery. Eventually make an ME so you can store all your stuff into an ME drive. That's through a Planner 6.2. There should be a quest book tutorial for that, or if you guys really want me to explain that, I can just do that in another video. But basically, that's generally it. Other than that, just go to Warp PvP, try to get those drop crates and whatnot. And I personally like. It's hard to say. I like and I dislike this FTAM, but I do just want to help people out at this point, because I figured that if things seem pretty difficult to get, I might as well help people understand how. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.